gang, 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 giggity gang, gang, yo, gang, 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 giggity gang. It's Shotaro EXE, the guy who hits the gritties. Welcome back to Troba Studios. And welcome to my new video. More specifically, my Halloween video. Today, I will be covering a creepypasta, and a personal favorite of mine. That's right, I'm covering the NES Godzilla Creepypasta by Cosbydaff. This creepypasta is regarded as one of the best of its kind, and is quite long as it has 8 full chapters plus an epilogue. It also has a sequel, Godzilla Replay, but the last completed chapter of it is chapter 5, and it hasn't been updated since 2013. Literally, it's been 10 years. There is also a partially completed video game based on the original story, so that's all the material that exists for it. So, let's get into the video. Our story begins in 2008, 20 years after the video game Godzilla Monster of Monsters was released in Japan. It was released in the US the following year in 1989. Fun fact, in Japan, it was just called Godzilla. The game lets you control either Godzilla or Mothra as they fight their way through 8 different planets in order to save Earth from an invasion from Planet X. Also, it takes place somewhere in the 3rd millennium. Quite a large time area. Anyway, these 8 planets are Earth, as I just mentioned, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and Planet X. They also have to fight 8 different kaiju while on these planets: Ghidorah, Moguera, Varan, Hedorah, Baragon, Gigan, Mechagodzilla, and King Ghidorah. Each kaiju appears in that order, and they appear 1 kaiju per planet, except for Earth, which houses both Ghidorah and Moguera, then Varan on Mars, then Hedorah on Jupiter, and so on. However, King Ghidorah only appears on Planet X, and is the final boss of the game. And, judging by how a lot of the kaiju are from Earth, and the fact that King Ghidorah has been mind-controlled by the Xilians, the natives of Planet X, before, I think that with the exceptions of Mechagodzilla, Hedorah, and Moguera, since Mechagodzilla and Moguera are robots, and Hedorah was probably artificially created, all of the kaiju are mind-controlled and were forced out of their environments by the Xilians. This is just me talking about the actual game itself. Now, let's get into the creepypasta, shall we? So, the creepypasta. It begins in 2008, like I said, and follows Zack while he plays through Godzilla Monster of Monsters. During the first 2 worlds, Earth and Mars, he encounters some glitches, such as Moguera being twice the size as he usually is, and when finishing off Ghidorah, his eyes spawning all over the screen in a red color. Then, everything goes down south in Jupiter's equivalent, Pathos. This time, the board is recolored blue, and the level icons have changed. During one particular level, Zack plays as Godzilla walking in the forest alone, with the red moon having the soon-to-be very familiar face on it. Also, in place of Hedorah is Biollante, a kaiju that doesn't even appear until 1989's Godzilla vs. Biollante. Also, Ghidorah and Moguera, when fighting them, are replaced with strange clones, I guess? Which are dubbed the Not Monsters. This effect goes for every single kaiju that was supposed to appear in the original game. After beating Biollante, Zack enters the chase level, where he meets the owner of the face on the Red Moon, the main villain of this creepypasta, Red, who is as threatening on the inside as he is on the outside. Red appears at the end of each planet after all the monsters are defeated, and he would chase Zack's monster around. The thing being that if Red catches up to the monster, he kills him instantly with one hit. The chase levels vary from planet to planet, some involving Red and Mothra flying, Red and Anguirus swimming, and even an obstacle course. After Pathos, there are 5 other planets: Trance, Saturn's equivalent, Dementia, the equivalent of Uranus, Entropy, Pluto's equivalent, Exodus, Neptune's equivalent, and Zenith, the equivalent of Planet X. While most of the planets are strange and sometimes frightening, the world of Zenith is a beast. Just look at the textures. The level icons are in red, the music is a high-pitched whistling, and also just the whole aesthetic of it is just every wrong in the known universe compiled into one video game world. After getting through it and beating both Destroyer and Mecha King Ghidorah, Zack finally faces off against Red, and while he was pretty difficult in most of his forms, Red unleashes his final form, and Zack barely even gets any hits in before his monsters fall one by one. Red even eats both Mothra and Godzilla, but Zack's old girlfriend, Melissa, who died against Red, gives him a new monster, Acacius, whom evenly fights with Red, and eventually ends up defeating him, freeing Melissa's spirits. Zack thinks of destroying the game, but then decides to just sell it online. When thinking about Melissa, the creepypasta was extremely popular, as I said, and is considered to be possibly the best video game creepypasta, though the ending is a little mixed. It even got an unfinished video game, which only covers everything up to Pathos, though the game adds a lot of stuff and even updates the sprite work and makes it look just gorgeous. I seriously can't wait for it to finish. Okay, so that was part 1. Next time, I will cover Godzilla Replay. And in the meantime, later fools and a happy Halloween.
大地が轟き風がうなるそれはそうそれは